I accidentally became famous because of a sandwich. Hi everyone, my name's Daniel, and I swear on everything that I never planned on becoming famous. I wasn't a rock star, a YouTuber, or even one of those TikTok dancers who magically go viral because their cat sneezed in the background. Nope. I was just a 27-year-old guy from Ohio working a boring office job, barely paying rent, eating leftover pizza 3 nights a week. But then, one Tuesday afternoon, I made a sandwich, and my entire life flipped upside down. Yeah, you heard that right. A sandwich. The sandwich that started it all. It was an ordinary Tuesday. You know, the kind of Tuesday where the coffee tastes burnt, your boss yells at you for being 3 minutes late, and you seriously consider faking your own death to escape another day in corporate hell. During lunch break, I went to the office kitchen. Everyone else ordered Chipotle or Subway, but I was broke. My bank account had, I kid you not, $17.42 in it. Payday was still 3 days away, so I had no choice but to dig through the office fridge for the sad little groceries I brought from home. I pulled out 2 slices of bread that were slightly stale, a slice of ham that looked questionable, a piece of cheese that was basically hard plastic, and a jar of mayonnaise. Not exactly 5-star cuisine, but hey, it was food. Now here's where fate stepped in. As I was putting the sandwich together, I accidentally squirted way too much mayo. Like, it exploded everywhere. The bread slipped out of my hand, flipped midair, and somehow landed perfectly upright on my plate with the ham and cheese still inside. One of my coworkers, Lisa, saw the whole thing and screamed, "Oh my God, Daniel! That's like a miracle sandwich flip." She pulled out her phone, recorded me holding my sad little creation, and posted it to TikTok with the caption, "My coworker just invented sandwich physics, going viral overnight." The video got 8 million views in less than 24 hours. People weren't impressed with my face, my personality, or even my existence. No, they were fascinated by a sandwich doing a flip. Suddenly, I was Sandwich Guy. The next morning, when I walked into the office, people clapped, like I had just won an Olympic medal for sandwich acrobatics. My boss, who usually hated my guts, actually smiled at me. Lisa walked up with her phone and said, "You're famous, dude. Check your mentions." And she was right. Thousands of comments poured in. Physics professors hate this one trick. Bro unlocked a new sandwich glitch. That's not mayo, that's destiny. Someone even remixed the video into a techno beat called Sandwich Bounce 3000. I'm ashamed to admit I listened to it at least 40 times that day. The dark side of sandwich fame. At first it was fun. Free attention, free validation, free serotonin. But then, things got weird. People started recognizing me on the street. "Yo, are you Sandwich Guy?" I'd nod awkwardly, and they'd beg me to recreate the flip on the spot, like I was some kind of circus act. Even my mom called me. "Danielle, I saw you on Facebook. Why are you famous for food accidents? Couldn't you at least be a doctor?" Then came the sponsorship offers. I'm not kidding. 3 different mayonnaise companies reached out, begging me to endorse their products. One of them literally wrote, "We believe your destiny is aligned with our brand of mayo." I was like, what is my life right now? The conspiracy theorists. You'd think that's as weird as it gets. Wrong, because then conspiracy theorists showed up. Apparently, some people online were convinced that my sandwich flip wasn't real. They said it was staged, edited with CGI, or even part of a government experiment on gravity. One YouTuber made a 40-minute video titled, "Sandwich Guy Exposed. Is he a government plant?" I wish I was joking. Someone even messaged me saying, "Tell us the truth. How much is NASA paying you to fake sandwiches?" Bro, I live in Ohio. NASA doesn't even know I exist. when things got out of hand. A month later, things escalated. I got invited to a local news station for a live interview. The host looked me dead in the eye and said, "So, Daniel, tell us, what does it feel like to change the future of lunch?" I didn't know how to answer. I just awkwardly mumbled, mayonnaise is slippery? The clip went viral too. Suddenly, mayonnaise is slippery became a meme. People made t-shirts, mugs, even bumper stickers. My face was on everything. And then one day, the unthinkable happened. I got invited to Los Angeles. A late-night talk show wanted me to perform the sandwich flip live in front of millions of viewers. The live disaster. This was my big break. I flew to LA, got a hotel room, practiced sandwich flipping in front of the mirror like a maniac. My hands were shaking, but I told myself, "You can do this. You are Sandwich Guy. You were born for this."
The night of the show, I walked on stage. The crowd cheered. The host handed me a plate, bread, ham, cheese, and mayo.
"This is it, folks," he said. "The moment you've all been waiting for." I assembled the sandwich. My heart was pounding. I squirted the mayo, tossed the bread, and it splatted all over the stage. No flip, no miracle, just a sad, soggy mess. The audience gasped. Someone booed. The host laughed awkwardly and said, "Well, I guess sometimes lightning only strikes once." That clip also went viral. Now people weren't calling me Sandwich Guy. They were calling me Scamwich Guy. Redemption. I thought my life was over. My 15 minutes of fame had turned into public humiliation. But then, something unexpected happened. Instead of fading away, people kept following me. They weren't interested in the sandwich anymore. They were interested in me. They liked my awkwardness, my honesty, my complete inability to handle fame. So I leaned into it. I started making YouTube videos about my daily life. Cooking disasters, embarrassing stories, awkward dates. People loved it. They said, "You're so real," which I think was a nice way of saying, "You're a walking disaster, but in a funny way." Fast forward a year. I quit my office job, moved to LA, and now I make a living telling stories online. All because of one stupid sandwich. The lesson. So what's the point of this ridiculous story? Simple. Sometimes the dumbest, most random moments of your life can change everything. I didn't plan to be Sandwich Guy. I didn't even want to be Sandwich Guy. But life has a funny way of flipping, just like my sandwich did. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's this: mayo really is slippery.